Hi guys, Becky here, Aunt Beck's Creations, and I'm testing my webcam on my not my laptop, but my desktop, just to see what I get. The lighting should be farther over, but it's plugged in on that side of the room, so that doesn't help, does it? So this is just a test. Please hold. I'm on the opposite side of the room. So let's see here. Somebody popped in and popped out. That's okay. This is the non-working side of my room. So I'm trying to see if this would work. And I'm going to share just a couple things. Scott and I spent today driving the back roads of South Carolina and just exploring some different areas, and gone down to a place we used to go to all the time when his family owned some property on a pond in Batesburg, Leesville. So we went down there that way for a bit and just drove around. And then we stopped at a Wendy's, and I got just a hamburger and something to drink. And he got some chicken nuggets and a drink. And then we drove around some more. And all we did was drove around. We didn't go in anywhere. We didn't, except on the way home, we stopped at Zesto's and had supper. So we had more chicken. And yeah. Hi, Janet. Hi, Brittany. And I had a lovely visit with my sister this morning. My sister Robin came over. Thrifted mug, not made by my sister. And then a viewer, I think either Mary Hill or Lynn Morris, made these awesome gloves for me. Hi, Sharon. And I do have my live put on for subscribers only. You can participate in the chat once you subscribe and wait 10 minutes. This way I alleviate getting the bots, I hope. So I was going to tell you what we did today, which was a little bit of nothing. Just drove around and talked and looked at places we used to go and how much how has this changed? And we had all of those talks. So a lot has changed out that way. Okay. Yeah, we came in, I bumped the heat up on the house and put these gloves on and this dorky hat that I made, and I put it in the dryer, and now it doesn't come down as far. So I got to stretch it. Hi, Angie. But I thought I'd do an update on the temperature blanket. And I still haven't found the young woman that was saying that the internet hates the temperature blanket is what she found out. So I started mine August 1st, and I want to go all the way until July 31st. So I'm just going to drop that down. This is where we are right now. These are the cooler. When you start seeing the yellow again, that means it warmed up. So blues and greens are cooler weather, but you can see from my blanket that we have a lot of warm and then really hot days. The very first day I started, it was above 96 degrees. So I'm thinking when I get toward the end, when this is good and heavy, it'll be when it's 110 degrees outside. So that'll be fun, won't it? Trying to crochet on something like that. So, and I'm trying to come up with next week's stitch. I tried one stitch and it just wasn't working for me. And I knew it would frustrate everybody else that's stitching along. So I nixed that stitch. So I've got another one I think will work pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and do my rows. And if it works out, then I will share it with y'all. Because I don't want y'all to be frustrated, because this is supposed to be fun. And we're supposed to be using things we have or things we've thrifted for it. So that's my temperature blanket. And Janet, I got your Christmas card. And I put it in my Christmas book. And it wouldn't fit in any of the tuck spots I had left. But see, I had put a flip here for my the card I designed myself. So what I did is on the back side, I've added yours, and it flips out there. So I can still write on this page with the little gnome that Janet Nash sent me. So the two Janets are inside the front cover. So, and I still want to do another one of these for 2020's cards. I really like this, doing this, because then all y'all's cards are in one place. And what I do when I make these is I pick out the largest card sent to me, and that dictates the size of the journal. So that's that. Do we have an alternative heat source? Not really. Well, we have a fireplace. But the thing about it is it doesn't have a door. So when we use it, the fireplace actually acts like it just seems to vacuum all the heat out and out the chimney. I mean, it would be warm right there in the den, and we would have to just stay in the den and monitor the fire. We have a screen, but we don't have a door that you can close. So we do have an alternate heat source. We do not have any snow here. We may get snow. They're saying now maybe on Friday, but right now, nothing. It was a beautiful sunny day, but cold, very cold and windy. I went out to fill the feeder before my sister got here, and I about froze to death. So I didn't waste any time getting her in the house. Have you done the popcorn stitch yet? I have not. We've done the moss or linen stitch, which I think is also the bean stitch. We did the almond ridges, and we did the Elizabeth stitch. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them for so far. I had even thought about maybe one week we'd just do 3 rows of double crochet or 3 rows of triple crochet, just so that everybody could get practice on just the simple stitches too. But we'll see. This one that I found, I'm going to give it a go. It's a little bit different, but if I can do it, anybody else can if they just slow her down and rewind and, take the time to work with it. Hi, Lisa. Oh, Lisa had too much to do, so she couldn't come on. Well, I looked for you. I wasn't going to step on your toes, but I said, I can go on. I can test this camera situation from this angle, because I got to thinking, if I could get in a place where I could sit down lower and work on something like my temperature blanket, we could just do sits and chats every once in a while. I do want to get back to playing some games. My sister has gone back this week. They're doing remote learning, so she's having to teach, remotely. And I was showing her our Dirty Dozen cards, all the different decks I have. And she said, I was thinking a scavenger hunt. And because some kids have a lot of supplies and some kids have very little, and some kids, their parents won't even let them use glue and scissors or anything at their houses. So she says she has to come up with projects with very minimal supplies, so that even the kids that don't have a lot of stuff or have anything can come up with something. So she was going to do a scavenger hunt. And I said, well, take a look at these cards. You might be able to develop a game to interact with the kids that way. So I don't know if she will or not. She thought it was a cool idea. Yes, I was thinking of the shell stitch. The one that I have that I really hope I can work up and set up to go live on Friday just looks really cool. So if I can make it happen, I think we all can. Hi, Riri. Hi, Teresa. So let me think if I got anybody else's mail. I don't think I did. I think I've already mentioned the ones that I did get. Lisa says she had too much to do tonight. Hi, Sherry. So I didn't know if there was anything y'all wanted to talk about or not. Scott's all bundled up in the den on the other side of this wall, trying to get warmed up. We got chilled. It was kind of cold in Zestos, and I think they saw us shivering because they went and bumped the heat up, which was nice, but it was still cold in there. And then we had ice cream, of course. So if I was set up a little different, we could do a project if we were set up over there. But like I said, I'm just doing a camera over here to see how the sound goes. And I want to see how it processes, because the last couple of my videos, did y'all notice that it was kind of herky-jerky, kind of, it just didn't seem to be playing smoothly. Hi, Nettie. Thank you, guys. So that's all I had to share, I think. I think for now. You just enjoy chatting with me? Well, I've got my cup of tea here and I can chat. I just don't know what to chat about. Any questions? Scott and I are scoping small towns to move to. Maybe in South Carolina, maybe a little farther north. Not the great white north. I don't want that much snow and cold. I'm afraid of falling. And since I fell down that flight of stairs years ago, it doesn't take much for my back to be all messed up. Can I show my crochet? Which one? I just showed the temperature blanket, but I can show you the other blanket. I've already pulled out the stitch that didn't work out for me. But I've added, this is going to be my next color, which is, it's not showing up there. It's almost a baby blue is what I've attached to do. There's another stitch I forgot. We started with the moss stitch. And I forget what that second one was. Oh, I've got my book here. Hang on. We're not going to do that one. I'm going to cross that off. We did the linen moss or bean stitch. We did the Elizabeth stitch, the almond ridge stitch, and the primrose stitch, which the first stitch, the moss, the linen, or the bean stitch, I would love a sweater stitch. It just works up so nice and smooth. And then the Elizabeth stitch would be real pretty. So I'm going to start with this next one. And it starts with a crochet chain 2. And then I don't remember the rest of them. I think to get started, we have to do half double crochets across. But I need to rewatch the video. And then the next row, you don't work in the loops that are on the top of the stitch. We're going to work in the back loop, which if you watch her video, which I'll share the video to watch, it's a very interesting place to stitch into. So we'll see if I can make it work And then you'll find out if it was successful on Friday when I release that video. So that blanket's coming out pretty good. Does anybody have any channels you want to shout out in the chat? That's another reason for me to do this crochet along. For those that are interested in crochet, I'm trying to create a playlist as we go along so that if you watch a tutorial and you like that one, you could go to the channel and subscribe and see more. Hi, Barry, too. Mary has been texting me all day. Oh, and did my short go up? Because y'all have been asking, how much snow did you get? And I said 0. Oh, Cole wants attention, and he wants it now. He's right in Greg's face. So Greg sent me a text from the bonus room to let me know that his cat wants attention. It's like, well, give him some attention. And I told Scott we were kind of being creepy YouTube stalkers because we found where Roots and Refuge farm is, but I won't share it, online. Anybody if they're got, But I told him, I said, I just want to drive by and see where it is. And so we drove by, and it's beautiful out there. We saw wild turkey. I wish I'd gotten a picture of them. There must have been about a dozen of them. They were beautiful. Yeah, and I told him, I said, yeah, we're being creeper stalker YouTubers. All right, what I want to do, y'all are on a road trip today, is my table is all the way over there. And the computer I like to watch stuff is the one I'm looking at you guys on. So let's move these. Oh, and my sister lit right up at this cart. She said, I've got to have one of those because she's been having to, she can't have the students come to her art room. So what they have her do is they have her haul stuff from her art room to the classrooms to limit, all the interaction. But what I'd like to do is move the tall shelves here to the very end by the smoke detector that's on the wall. You can almost see it. And then just reverse everything. This bookshelf, that bookshelf, and the file cabinet. Just put them in that order, but in the opposite direction, and shove the desk back down this way. That desk weighs a ton. It's even on those furniture mover squares that's supposed to make it easy. But that sucker, that weighs a ton and a half. So I might have to get help. But I'd like to reverse those so the sewing machine would be down here where I can watch movies and stuff on my desktop, which is right there. And there's Mr. Howard. Sorry about the jiggling. Let's see. Let's go back up here. Whoops. So I haven't even started working on it, but it's something I'd like to do. Bye, Lisa. I hope you can get everything caught up to where you need to be. Okay, what are we talking about, Brittany? Oh, my sister could tell you because she says she has a whole classroom plan for that to do with students, and that's something they could do at home with a pen. Of course, we're talking, she does, I think, kindergarten through 5th grade. But they could do that at home with that and some crayons. I finished my first one. I haven't mounted it on the black paper yet, and I thought I had cut the paper so it'd be a little smaller, but it's not. It's going to barely fit on, but I'm going to mount it on here. And so that was my first one, and I went a little doodly overboard, but I really like how it turned out. And I'm going to use Yes Paste. I did it on, they call this marker paste. It's real thin, but pretty durable. And you can still see the marker, but it doesn't bleed all the way through. So I like to mount pieces that are colorful like this on black because it just makes them pop. And I do it with my mandalas too. This was my first mandala. And what I was thinking is create more of these and my mandalas and then put them, as I do them, just put them in a stack. And then at the end of the year, I'll bind them into a book that I can just look through. Because doing one of these or two of these a month is probably, you know, my max. But we'll see. You never know. I might get on a roll. The slow stitching that Carol's doing, I'm sure most everybody's seen my pictures. And I'm sorry I'm getting up and moving around. But I'm in a different locale. I'll show you my January so far. So I did the January, the 2022. I did this little teeny cardinal, and I did him with sewing thread, like you would sew clothes with or stuff. And then I did a little Sally angel, since Sally was put to sleep. And then I did my mandala in a smaller form with beaded frosting. And we didn't get to do it this week with Carol because she had tower issues, but I'm ready to go. Anytime she's ready, I'm ready. And so the guys have been home today. That's why we went and goofed off. My sister brought me the tea bowl that I won in her last auction. She's having an auction on clay baby pottery on Facebook. And she's selling pieces from her last firing. I can't remember what, Agurumi firing. Let me go get my tea bowl that I got in the last auction. So this is a piece my sister threw on the wheel. It's a tea bowl. Instead of a cup, it's a bowl because it has no handle, but it's for tea. And see if I can get where you can see it good. And the flames create all this different, you get all this beautiful texture. She's gotten really good at getting her bottoms smooth. It's got her RW on it. And then she's got just all this interesting, and she glazes the inside so you can put tea in it. I haven't washed it yet. I'm sure she has, but it's a little rough on the edges, but it's hand thrown. She's got a few rough edges there, but I can deal with that. But I saw this and I just loved it. I can see some of the tool marks. What would be cool is if a fingerprint was in it, but I think she's pretty good about smoothing all of those off. And I've got my eye on a bowl, a small bowl in this current auction. So she does some beautiful work. She did this for me. Excuse me for just a minute. Let me move them out of the way. She did this for me years ago. It's a yarn ball. You put a yarn ball inside it, and then the thread comes out his mouth. And she made that for me and decorated the outside. I don't think she dated these. This is after she married Dave, so it's not RS for her other married name, but her current one. So it's been since they got married. But she does pieces like this. She does aquamanils. She's got an aquamanil up on auction on her Facebook page right now at Play Baby Pottery. And it's, I think, a dragon. They are very detailed. That's why she's got the lowest bid that she does on it. But they are so beautiful. I can't talk about my sister's work enough. I just love it. I just love it. And I love her, so that works out good, doesn't it? Does what have a lid? This does not have a lid because it's meant to be something you drink tea out of. It's a tea bowl to drink tea. So I'll make my tea tomorrow night in this. I'm going to wash it and have it ready for tomorrow night's tea. It's the perfect size to hold in your hands, and it'll warm your hands. I just love it. And it's so earthy. Clay Baby Pottery. I don't know if I can get it or not. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. If I lose you guys, I'll be right back. ClayBabyPottery. There she is. And when you click on the link, it always pops up in a dialogue box. You don't have to dialogue unless you really want to. Yeah. Let's get back over here to the live stream. Everybody was talking about if you have jumpy legs to use Vicks on your feet. That was the whole conversation last night. Let me know if that link works, Janet. If you click on that link I just put in, see if it'll work. I know that she's got that auction open. I'm about to sneeze. Until the 21st, I believe. She is currently trying to pay off the spaying and special handling for her Great Dane blue tick hound that stands pony height. And because a Great Dane has issues, she also had to have like all this other to hold her all of her insides where they need to go because of their body shape. And she had to come home with a full piece onesie that she has to wear to keep everything from turning inside. I don't know. This is things I'm learning about a big dog. I've never had anything like that. We've always had medium or smaller dogs when we've had dogs. So a large breed dog requires special handling, apparently. Yes, Japanese. And she calls this one a tea bowl, or tea bowl. But she also does sake glasses. She did my son a whole sake set with just the tiny little cups. Okay, awesome. Yes. Okay, good. So if you could show her some love and just like her page or whatever, it'll keep her inspired. But she had an SCA event that was supposed to occur this weekend where she could have sold a whole bunch of pottery and paid off this vet bill and then had some extra. So that's why she's doing this online auction. I feel bad talking to you guys about selling stuff, but it's my sister and I'm trying to support her, and her work is beautiful. So there's that. Yes, she is a very big woof woof. I have a picture of her somewhere. Hang on. There's another up there somewhere. Well, my niece had put this crown on her that's made of antlers and flowers, but this is blue, the blue tick hound Great Dane mix. So that's her. And she thinks she's a cat. So I'm jumping from one couch to the other couch, and she'll try to climb in our lap. She loves Scott. She just adores Scott. So she's always trying to climb in his lap. And meanwhile, she, like, if she stands on her back legs and puts her paws on your shoulder, she's looking at you eye to eye. So, but I printed this off because I want to do one of those collage portraits for her, like I did of the cats. So I quickly hid that today. So Robin, if you're watching, pretend you didn't hear that. Yes, she is an artiste. Yeah, cute dog. If we go over there anytime, I'll get some pictures next to Scott so you can see how big this dog is. What else can I share with you guys? Oh, I have this idea book. This is an idea for a new game. Mary started this and Beth started this. And I think APG Jamie does this too, where you have a binder with pockets in it. And I have 20 pockets in here, okay? And so what I was thinking is for a game, maybe Wednesday we'll do this. We'll just pick a number, 1 through 20, and whatever's in that pocket we'll use. So I just grabbed things off my desk, things out of Happy Mail, just any scraps that end up after I've done a project. If I have scraps, they go in one of these pockets. So I'll just quickly show you. I know I'm going to tip you guys down because this is hard to handle. Let's see if I can tip you down. All right. Yeah, Beth started it, and then I think APG Jamie does it too. So I've already got some pieces of paper cut here that I can use as a base. And what you do is you take the stuff that's in the pocket and then you make something with it. And here are some that I did. And they don't have to be completely covered. You can just pull some things together and add a quote and call it done. So I've done those two. This was actually just one of Journey's beautiful envelopes that I fell in love with. And I just glued parts of it down. And this was another part of the envelope. And I just glued it to there. So, and I wrote on the back that it came from Pocket 16 and using Mary's BBYS. But I think we're just going to call this a pocket game from now on. So if you guys want to do this, just get like 20 bags and put just random stuff on it. And what I did is I tried to do kind of a color theme per pocket. So like this one's like turquoise and pinks and stuff. This one's blues and purples. This one's greens and oranges. And then I've got some even flatback pearls. Anything I come across that's just bits of envelope. where you test your printer. You know, it sends out that test print. I just cut it apart, put pieces of it in some of these pockets. Stickers and that kind of stuff. This one's reds, oranges, and yellows together. So you've basically pulled things together that go together. And then this one's all fabric. So I have a pocket that's for fabric, for the fabric journals. I think I have 2 or 3 fabric journals started that I would like to work on. This one's a greens pocket. This one's purples and blue, purples and kind of aqua. There's not too much in that pocket. I need to beef that one up a little bit. This one's pinks, reds. Oh, and postage stamps is another thing you can add. This was like Christmas stuff. And this was just random burgundies and greens. And then I got into more woodsy type things. So browns and maybe some fern pictures, bits of brown trim. You can use trim. Anything you have that's just a little bit of this or a little bit of that, chuck it in a pocket. This one I've even stuck a quote in. I might cut some more quotes apart that I already have printed off and put some quotes in each envelope. Before Wednesday, I'll do that. This one's a purple bag. I love purple. This one's another purple and aqua bag. It seems I really like that a lot. And we could do a page. We could make a card. This one's more of the browns and maybe some blacks and browns. This one's just another one of those kind of mixes because I've got other people's work. This was one of those matchbook things. I don't know if anybody else has seen this. Vicki Brown sent this to me from Messy Table Studios. And what she did is this is a little matchbook, okay? And it opens up, and inside it, she's made little glued together clusters that you can pull out and use. So this has a background and then a cactus. This is a background and some paper buttons and that kind of thing. So it's a background with just one item stuck on it. And it's like an instant embellishment for a page. And she's done all of put the embellishment on some background paper, then just make it match everything else that you pull together. That's in there. Some of these pockets need a little bit of beefing up. Pieces of your drop paper work good. Off the wall doodles, other people's mail, painty papers, and just bits of tissue. Can even be like tissue paper from like if you got a new pair of shoes or a gift or whatever. And the last pocket is more of the browns and stuff that kind of give you an aged look. So you make up your pockets with whatever color you want to. You don't have to make them the same as mine. Just whatever you have laying around, shove them in a pocket. If you don't have a binder and these pocket things, just use some Ziploc bags from the Dollar Tree and put them in a box and just put some numbers on them so you'll know which one to pull to work on. So I think we'll do that on Wednesday. And Scott's working seconds, so I'm going to do like 3:30 Wednesday afternoon. That way Lori can still do Wednesday nights. She's kind of got a nice niche there in my old spot. And I kind of like to watch her in the evenings. So I will do that about 3:30 on Wednesday. For anybody that's available, I'll go live on Wednesday at 3:30 Eastern. So that's up there. I still got Christmas socks on. Hi, Holly. So if you guys want to, put together some packs, you don't have to look at my lap anymore. Jeez. You can look at my crazy hair where I've been wearing a hat. Yeah, you don't have to practice the neuro art. Just get in there and start making marks. And like Carol said, if you hold, when you're starting and you just do those first lines across the paper and where they intersect and stuff, hold your pen all the way at the back. So like you've got your pen, hold it like back here. So when you're making your marks, they're kind of wiggly and it adds interest. If you hold it and you have real control, your lines will be real definite and smooth. And if you do like this, it'll look more like a scan off that, like when they do that, where they put you in an MRI and they do like the little slices of your brains and stuff. That's what you'll get with this, is the more squiggly lines. Think about your lines being electrified. You know, that's what your neurons are. They're electrified. So, yeah, just an FYI. Aren't they cool socks? I wear them all the time. I love the fuzzy socks. In fact, I've got a pair of wool, Tractor Supply wool socks under these because that's how chilled I got earlier. It's growing out and it's thinning right here at my temple. So, nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. So we'll play that game Wednesday and do a page or a card, or maybe we'll do a page and a couple cards. And then whatever's left over goes back in the pocket. And then you move on to other projects. And then whatever you have leftover bits from that project, just dump them back into the pocket you just worked in. And that way your pocket has always got something in it. So no matter what number you pull each time we play, it won't matter if you've just done that. You know what I mean? Because you'll still have things in there to play with, to do a page or a card or whatever. It was really fun to do, but I got into the doodling of it after I did all of the other. I didn't even get a pretty flower like you did. Other guys did. I just did a bunch of doodles. There is a guy who uses coins, pushes them with his pen. It worked when he did. Oh, that's cool. Teresa says she's thinking of using acrylics on her next one. I just used Crayola colored pencils that I got thrifting, and then I used Super Tips to add some other color, and then I just went back to the Sharpie and did a bunch of the doodles and went back over lines, and then I went in with a white Posca and just added some dots and other little lines here and there just to add a little bit to it. 20 pockets or 20 bags, whatever you have that you can put just a little bit of bits of stuff. And I would, if it was me, I would use the gallon size bags. That way you can put large and small things in it. Just saying. The neurogenic, yeah, I was just holding it up, but you must have come in late to the game. I'm going to mount mine on black cardstock because I did it on marker paper, words. But this is what I ended up with. And what I did is when I had gone back in, like where I did these wavy lines, even at the ends of where the lines met, I kind of rounded off every little stripe. I don't know if you can see where the ends are rounded off, like right here. So it looks like little fingers. So everything is rounded. And when you make something rounded, the energy or the movement, it makes it move. And Scott said, man, that has a lot of movement in it. And it's because all of the edges are rounded. All of your lines end in a rounded area. I tried to make sure they were all like that, but I'm sure I've missed some. But I did spend a lot of time trying to make sure where these met the side of my original line around. I tried to round it off with my Sharpie. See, even there I didn't. Rounded those off. Rounded those off. So this was a lot of fun. I need to try to do one that I can come out with a real pretty flower or something. Maybe I'll do a mushroom. I could do a mushroom. I like mushrooms. I have all kinds of books on mushrooms. That's cool though. Everything that everybody's bringing out right now makes me want to do it all, and I can't possibly do everything, and I want to get to sewing again, and I've got fabric on the table ready to go. No, knits. Let me see. When I don't know if where's my phone? When I first started doing this, I think I posted a picture under something Janet had posted. No, that's not what I want. Becky, stop. Let's see. It was something Janet had posted. Let me see. Was it on Facebook or Instagram? I think it was on Facebook. I'm on the wrong thing. Please hold. I love that one that Carol did. Got to turn the light down. Turn the light down. That one that Carol did. I love that one. That one's my favorite. The way she just made it pop. All right. I probably won't be able to find it, but when I first started mine, after I did the squiggly lines and the circles, I used Crayola colored pencils, and then I went back in and on top of the colored pencils, which is the parts that have the lines and the decorations, that's where the lighter color was from the colored pencil. The bright colors that you see are Crayola super tip markers. So I had 2 shades of blue marker there. And then here I had some other colors. And then after I had those on and created these shapes that look like squash and stuff, that look like they're like open cavities, I just filled the cavities with squiggly lines and stuff with the super tips. Then I went in and went back over and rounded out any sharp connections. I didn't want any squared off ends. That's where I went in with the Sharpie and just spent a lot of time making little teeny black marks. And then I went in this morning and did all the doodles. Let's see. Let me see if I can just look up Janet Baum, because I know it was a response to something Janet had posted. Let's see here. I love that little bird Janet did. Look at that. Was that something you did, Janet? See, she's over with Cat Hand doing mixed media morsels, and isn't that so cute? Want to do it all. Let's see here. No, I can't find it. I need to catch up with the glue book too. So maybe we'll work on the glue book and we'll do that other book too. We'll do the project together. I can't find it. But under one of, I think it was Janet's comments or pictures, I posted my start to this. So it shows the Crayola work. And what I what I wish would happen is when you take a picture as a response to somebody, that it would automatically save to my camera. But I mean, to my shots, but it doesn't do that. So hard to find. And it would be fun to do this on envelopes, but before you start, put a lightweight, like the Dollar General double-sided tape, something that'll come back up, and just put a little rounded off cornered rectangle in the return address and where the regular address goes. Do the whole thing right over top of whatever you've temporarily taped down. Then when you're done, you can peel it off. You have that piece of paper that has that pretty little decoration on it, but then you have a clear place. So we might could start something like that. I should be writing all this down or I'll forget by Wednesday. So we could do an envelope and then maybe put a few things in it and send it off. Oh, Teresa had to go. Bye, Teresa. I missed her. Yes, the inside of Teresa's envelope was cool. I saw that. Okay. That works. Yeah, I know. There's not enough time in any day to do all that we really want to do. But the stuff is out there to make us want to do it. All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll sign off, and I'll see you guys Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to give this time to process, and then I'm going to go back and watch it to see if I still get that little stuttery effect. And I'm not sure what's going on when I try to do a video with my new camera and upload it after I've created it in OpenShot Video. I don't know if I need to find a different video editing software or what to get videos, because I want to do more freestanding quick videos, easy projects that can be done quickly. Say you need a card or something. I want to show a quick card or a quick gift, something that you could make up real quick that would be fun. Those kind of videos are what I'd really like to do, because there's just so many people going live right now. I feel like I need to step back and fill in the part where it's just a quick project that you can slow me down or speed me up or whatever, and work with me on and make stuff with me where it's not hours long. Because I know a lot of people that used to watch me watched my videos because they were like under 15 minutes. It's a double-ended sword. You just don't know which way to go sometimes. Anyhow. The picture I posted is somewhere, and I think it's under a picture Janet posted, and it's just my beginning where I did just the lines with the black connectors. Well, I can't even show you because they're so far buried under everything else now. I can't see the connectors. They're there, but they're not there because everything's been rounded off. But it's just that, and then a few of the areas are colored in. That's the only one I have that shows kind of a before all of that took place. All right. And then on Thursday, don't forget, Ann Lars Craft and Chat in Ann Lars group. And then on Friday at 10 o'clock, I open a room in Phibbsville. And we just get in there and we craft together, we chat, whatever. You don't have to chat if you don't want to. You can just hang around and listen to the rest of us yak, or you can do your own thing and then just periodically share what you're doing. It's up to you how much or how little you want to participate, how long you want to stay, if you want to be on the camera, if you don't want to be on the camera, that's all up to you. And none of it's recorded. It's just craft and chat. So everybody stay warm, stay safe. See you Wednesday.